We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships.
You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash later valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Servpro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're Servpro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Servpro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call Servpro.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Hi, fans. There's a live look at New Salem High School. 9-man second-round playoff action about to get underway from New Salem, North Dakota. Good to have you on the PSP Network this afternoon. Number 2, New Salem-Almont, the Holsteins, undefeated, 8-0 on the season. And they're the home team today. They'll take on the visiting Hettinger County Huskies. 5-4 on the season are the Huskies, and a 9-man Region 2 playoff matchup. So good to have you on the PSP Network this afternoon. Todd Domrys from the PSP Network broadcast booth. Good to have Luke Domrys along as our camera operator today on a cool, brisk afternoon in New Salem, North Dakota. Right off the get-go, let's take a look at the 9-man playoff bracket. As you'll see up in the top right-hand corner of the screen, New Salem-Almont and Hettinger County is the matchup today on the PSP Network. Grant County Flasher takes on South Border, North Prairie and North Border, and Divide County against West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn. Round out that right side of the bracket. On the left side, you've got the number 1 seed, Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, taking on Maple River, St. John, and Surrey, Cavalier and North Star, and Mayport, Clifford, Galesburg, and Wyndmere, Lidgerwood. That rounds out the action today as we get to the Sweet 16 of the North Dakota 9-man playoffs, and we'll be tracking quite a few of those games for you today on the PSP Network. And our BNC Bank scoreboard is also the other game today on the PSP Network is the 11B matchup today from Velva, as you've got Velva, Drake, Animus, Garrison taking on Bowman County. That's a 3 o'clock start in the 11B bracket. Again, these are your 9-man playoffs. Number 2 overall in the poll and in the seedings for the 9-man bracket is New Salem-Almont, the Holsteins, and they square off today against the number 2 seed from Region 6, and that is the Hettinger County Huskies. We'll take a time out. We'll come back with more of our pregame, brought to you as always by Shields, where they offer clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions from fishing to fashion. They're dedicated to offering you the best retail experience at Shields. More to come here. We'll dig into the matchup. We'll take a look at the QRF for AA. We'll start to set the brackets, and we'll dig into what is deja vu. These two teams played late in the regular season last year, and here they are again late in the regular season playing again and now matching up in the playoffs. It's the Huskies and the Holsteins. More after this timeout on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go Kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Plan.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Servpro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're Servpro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Servpro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call Servpro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Todd Domry's back with you at New Salem High School football field. New Salem, North Dakota is the venue today as we get set for number 2 ranked New Salem-Almont the Holsteins, 8-0 on the campaign, and they'll square off against the Hettinger County Huskies, who are 5-4. If you're not familiar with Hettinger County, used to be Mont Regent, the Wildfire last year, and now they've taken over kind of all of Hettinger County. So you got Mont Regent and New England combining forces to become a 9-man Region 6 team. They finished second in that bracket behind Grant County Flasher, and they won a playoff game a week ago, 34-0, did the Huskies over Kidder County, and that earned them the right to take on New Salem-Almont, who received a bye last week. And as I mentioned, deja vu between these two teams, as last year they played late in the regular season. It was New Salem-Almont handing Mont Regent then a loss, and now this year these two teams played back on just October 8th, and here they are again now just a few weeks later squaring off in the playoffs, and that game went heavily in favor of New Salem-Almont, 72-20. They defeated Hettinger County in a prior matchup, but hey, a couple things there. One, the Huskies had 5 turnovers. 2, they get Alex Doe back today, who is probably their biggest kid on the roster, just about their biggest kid, a 235-pound senior. He did not play in that prior matchup, and when you're playing against a team that got all kinds of beef in the Hettinger or the New Salem-Almont Holsteins, you need all the big bodies you can muster together as you are putting together a game plan. And in this matchup last year, we saw Mont Regent kind of pull out some of the stops. They talented tailback Nathan Kaufman, and they put him into almost like a wildcat and threw some different things at the Holsteins in an attempt to change things. And that game was a lot closer than the regular season matchup. Ended up being 42-14. I would expect this one to be much closer than the 72-20 game from just a couple of weeks ago. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll dig into more of the matchup. We're closing in on the national anthem and the opening kick. The Holsteins and the Huskies. Holsteins from New Salem-Almont, the Huskies from Hettinger County, and they're going to do battle today in the 9-man North Dakota Class B playoffs. Second round action, more after this break on the PSP Network.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Servpro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're Servpro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Servpro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call Servpro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Now we're getting set for action as both teams completing their warm-ups here. New Salem-Almont, of course, their head coach in his 26th season, Steve Kleingen. And the head coach for the Hettinger County Huskies is Nate Zachman. 5-4 are the Huskies. Nate Zachman in his 7th season at the helm of Hettinger County. New Salem as we're going to introduce some of the starting lineups right now, and let's take a look at those starting lineups. First off, for the defensive starting unit for Hettinger County. They'll go like this. Up front, Matthew Box, a 175-pound senior. Up front is Alex Doe, a 235-pound senior defensive tackle. Huskies switching up to a four-man front here. Jack Manilovitz is a senior 180-pound defensive tackle. Teddy Kirschman is a 180-pound sophomore defensive end. Jaron Rafferty is a junior linebacker at 185 pounds. Lane Kovar is your senior linebacker at 180. Your defensive backs, Cole Manilovitz is a 170-pound senior. Brock Ellis is a 155-pound junior. And Matt Heather is your safety at 170-pound junior, again for the head coach, Nate Zachman. Here's the starting lineup for the New Salem-Almont Holstein offense. Up front, they got Wyatt Kuhn back in the lineup. He was out with a high ankle sprain for a number of games. He injured it in game 1, and he just came back. This will be his first game back, as a matter of fact. Levi Becker joins him up front. Kuhn is a 190-pound sophomore, by the way. Levi Becker is a 235-pound senior all-region guard returning. Alex Pittman is 215 pounds and a senior up front. A.J. Hines, the 295-pound senior guard, the young man who's a two-time defending heavyweight wrestling champion and a first-team All-Stater last year in football. He's a good one. He's number 50. You'll see a lot of him today. Maverick Nelson is a tight end, 165-pound senior. Kane Grinsteiner, 130-pound senior wide receiver. And then your backfield looks like this. Ty Wolding is a returning 3-year starter at the QB position, 175-pound senior and a second-team All-Stater a year ago. Talented tailback is a sophomore Brock Norton, rushed for over 1,000 yards this season and 18 touchdowns. And your fullback is Ethan Mayer. He's a 150 pounds junior, and for their head coach, Steve Kleingen. There's a look at your starting lineups. And we'll now take an anthem break, and we'll come back and kick this one off. The Holsteins and the Huskies coming up next on this after this break on the PSP Network.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
Thanks for choosing to join us on a Saturday afternoon for North Dakota High School playoff football. Our pleasure to bring it to you. It's game day on the PSP Network, and our main goal is to promote local athletes, and we'll try to do that today as we get set for the opening kick. Here's your officials: Todd Fisher, Scott Young. Fisher's the referee, Scott Young's the umpire, Fern Moser's the head linesman, Keith Schwint the line judge, John Ledbetter is your back judge. That's your officiating crew today. As we'll transition now to game mode here as we get set for action. From New Salem today, Ty Wolding is set to kick off. The breeze will be at the back of New Salem here in the first quarter. They'll be kicking north to south and going back deep to receive. For Hettinger County is Matt Heather and also Cole Manilovitz. Wolding with a hand up, the run up, and a boot. And it's going to bounce into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Hettinger County from their 20-yard line. Pulled a switch up on us as they announced the starting lineups for the Holstein offense and the Husky defense, and here we go with the Husky offense out on the field. Up front, Lane Kovar, Josh Ernst, Jack Manilovitz, Alex Doe, Aiden Rafferty, Matthew Bach. Quarterback is Cole Manilovitz, Matt Heather, and Jaron Raftery, your tailbacks. 1st and 10 from the 20. And it's going to be a handoff. Second man through. There goes Matt Heather. And he's stacked up at about the 25-yard line. Wyatt Kuhn and Alex Pittman there to hem him in after a pickup of about 5. Both these teams like to run the football. Make no mistake about that. As you don't have to dig too far into the matchup sheet. New Salem-Almont was a team that was pretty balanced last year, but this year, boy, they have gone exclusively to the ground to the tune of 317 yards rushing per game for New Salem. They average about 400 yards and about 48 points a contest does New Salem. 2nd and 5, we'll give Heather 5 on that first down carry. Long count here for Manilovitz. And another handoff and a right side run. And trying to bounce it outside is Heather, and he has nowhere to go. He slips off a one tackle and did well just to get back to near the line of scrimmage. And it looks like last guy up off the pile there, Wyatt Kuhn again, and also Ty Wolding in on the mix from his linebacker position for that Holstein defense. 2 carries for Heather, sets up 3rd down and 5 on the opening possession of the game from their own 25. Holsteins are stout up front with Pittman, Hines, Becker, and Brock Norton, that four-man defensive front. Teddy Kirchman splits out wide to the left. This time Matalovitz out of the gun. Couple receivers beside him. 3rd down and 5 for the Huskies. Snap back. And this is an option play. Hettinger has the pitch from Matalovitz, and he is not going to get there. Wyatt Kuhn sniffs that play out on the far sideline. That's no gain. So 3 rushes for Matt Hettinger on the opening possession. It results in 5 yards, and it'll put Hettinger County into a punting situation here on the opening possession of the game. Clock rolls with just under 10 minutes to play. Matalovitz will be punting into the wind as you get a late substitution in here for Hettinger County. Ends up being the long snapper, Matt Bach. Matalovitz with an abbreviated setback. Puts a boot into it. Check that, it was not Matalovitz. Oh, yes, it was. Beg your pardon. Back deep to receive for New Salem-Almont is Ethan Mayer. Slips past one tackle, and New Salem-Almont's going to have great field position here after a 32-yard punt for Matalovitz. And then you're going to give Mayer a 12-yard return, make it a 15-yard return, and here comes New Salem-Almont 1st and 10. Just underway. 2nd round playoff matchup. New Salem-Almont as the number 2 seed had a bye last week. Hettinger County again defeated Kidder County in the opening round. Wolding under center. Mayer is going to get a handoff. Off tackle left. And he's drugged down after a couple-yard gain. Grabbing onto him there was the middle linebacker, Lane Kovar. It's going to get about a 5-yard gain on 1st down. Ethan Mayer in that backfield as he's carried it 60 times this season for 432 yards and 6 touchdowns for the Holsteins. Brock Norton and him in the backfield. This time Norton gets the call. Oh, sprinting to the 30, 25. He's got a seam, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown! 31 yards to the house. The Red Sea opened in 2 plays, and New Salem-Almont has put 6 on the scoreboard. Brock Norton, his first touch of the contest, goes 31 yards. His 19th rushing touchdown of the season. New Salem-Almont will go for 2. So a short field results in points immediately here for the Holsteins. Wolding with a couple backs behind him. Grinsteiner, the wide receiver, wide out to the right. Little misdirection in the backfield. Alex Brandt has the carry, and that's sniffed out. No, he gets to the goal line, and Alex Brandt carries it in. The 2-point conversion is good, and just like that, New Salem-Almont has an 8-0 lead over Hettinger County. We'll take a touchdown timeout. 8:49 to play, first quarter. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities.
And the ensuing kickoff by Ty Wolding is going to scamper into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. An impressive 2-play, 36-yard scoring drive for New Salem. Just took them 2 plays to hit pay dirt after a short field, 3 and out. New Salem-Almont with the wind here in the first quarter. And here comes the second possession for the Hettinger County Huskies. Hettinger had 3 carries on first down now, or the first possession. Now Matalovitz will send 2 receivers left and right. Back to pass. Quick hitter. It's got Kirschman. Catches it at his right in front of his face mask at the 23-yard line. It's going to be buried out of bounds. As you had Mayer out there, you had Norton out there. Had Grinsteiner out there along with Tellman as well. Gang tackling after a gain of 4 on the first pass completion of the game for the Huskies. Kirschman and Manilovitz connect on that first down play. Makes it 2nd down and 6 as the clock drips down to 8:20 to play here in the first quarter. Huskies, same formation. A couple receivers to either side. No one in the backfield beside Manilovitz. Snap is back. Manilovitz, quick hitter, far side. Heather has it, shake and bake move, and he's got a first down and more up the far sideline. And where are they going to mark him out at? So nice gain all the way out to the 38-yard line. Give him 14 I'll mark him out at the 37-yard line, so give him 13 yards. Back-to-back completions. Heather filling in for an injured Rhett Miller as the Husky offense. Rhett Miller had rushed for almost 800 yards, 5 touchdowns, got injured in that win against Kidder County, and Heather came in and spelled him at a running back, but Heather is really a good wide receiver as well, as he's got 9 touchdowns on the season for Hettinger County. Same formation. Back to pass, blitz off the edge. They throw it deep down the sideline, and that one's going to be picked off. Grinsteiner has it at the 45. Cuts back at midfield, makes a man miss 40, and he's tackled at the Hettinger County 41-yard line. The ball fluttered a little bit for Manilovitz, and Grinsteiner has the first turnover of the game for the New Salem-Almont Holsteins. Cole Grinsteiner, the senior, the diminutive one, 5'5", 130-pounder. New Salem-Almont looking for more now. Short field again from the 41-yard line. Wolding looking deep over the middle. He's got Kuhn. Catches it at the 20, tackled down at the 15-yard line, 26-yard hookup. And New Salem-Almont is on the move once again. First completed pass of the afternoon. Wolding threw for a few more yards last year. Hasn't had to really throw to much this year. Just 65 passes completed on the season for 645 yards, but that's a 26-yarder to Wyatt Kuhn. Again, Kuhn, his second game he's played, third game now in the season. Handoff Norton, right down Broadway. Gang tackled after a few. Line of scrimmage was the 16-yard line. We'll mark him down at the 10. Norton gets down to the 10 after a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4 upcoming. Stop there made by Alex Doe of Hettinger County. New Salem into the Servpro red zone. They got trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. Here comes Ethan Mayer. Tried a wide side run. Maybe gets a yard as a penalty flag flies. And you're going to get a hold on the Holsteins. First penalty of the game goes against New Salem-Almont. Undefeated New Salem, 8-0 on the season. Hettinger County, 5-4 on the campaign. That will set the Holsteins back 10. Well, you can see the flags continue to whip here as it's a cool afternoon, and it's got to be at least a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind quartering straight down the field at the backs right now of the New Salem-Almont Holsteins. Open backfield behind Wolding. Play action. It's a keeper. Wolding dancing left, cuts back, puts his shoulders down, drives it inside the 15-yard line. Mark him down at the 14. So Wolding gets some of that penalty yardage back on his first carry of the game. We'll give him 5. And New Salem-Almont, not a team that kicks, so this will be 4-down territory as head coach Klangen sends the play in. A team with high expectations this year, New Salem-Almont. Got to the state semifinals last year and lost a thriller to Cavalier, and they're loaded and looking for more this year. 3rd and 8. Little misdirection, and there goes Brock Norton. Ooh, he got stuck by Raftery, but he pinballs off of that, and he gets close to the sticks. Near the 5-yard line goes Norton, And it ends up being a nice gain of 9. And on 3rd and 8, Brock Norton got stacked up there by Jaron Rafferty, the 185-pound junior linebacker, the leading tackler once again for Hettinger County. 2nd year in a row he's done that. 70 tackles on the season, 8 sacks, interceptions, got 2 punt blocks. Jaron Rafferty has been just about everything for that Hettinger County defense. 1st and goal, Huskies, or Holsteins, I beg your pardon. Wolding back to pass, got time in the pocket, looks to the pylon. Wyatt Kuhn went up and got it. Touchdown! 6-yarder. Ty Wolding connects with the big 6'4" wide receiver / tight end. Wyatt Kuhn goes up and snags that one out of the air for his 5th touchdown in the season. 2 passes attempted for Ty Wolding and 2 touchdowns for New Salem-Almont. Holsteins will go for 2 with 4:53 to play here in the 1st quarter. Wolding again back to pass. This time he's hit as he throws. And there's Rafferty getting pressure once again on the quarterback Wolding on that 2-point conversion. Pass is no good. And a touchdown timeout. 2 possessions, 2 scores for the Holsteins. They leave it 14-0. We're back after this break on the PSP Network.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Five-play scoring drive for New Salem-Almont. This one a 41-yard TD drive. Kickoff by Wolding. Heather's going to let this one bounce off his hands into the end zone. Touchback. Wolding's got some good leg into these 3 kickoffs, and it's pinned the Huskies from Hettinger County deep on all 3 of their possessions. They've started all 3 of them at the 20-yard line, and all 3 of them have turned into short punts. Last one a good return by Ethan Mayer. And now a couple first downs would be in order for Hettinger County, or this one could get out of control in a hurry for the Huskies. There, thanks again to Shields bringing you our pregame today. You can shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Huskies are going to spread you out. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Manilovitz has Heather standing beside him. Oh, check that. That's Heather in motion. And they're going to option it. Manilovitz keeps it. Ooh, and he got hit hard. A.J. Hines came in there and knocks him down for no gain. This A.J. Hines, we have highlighted him a bunch. 6'3", 295-pound senior. The 2-time defending heavyweight wrestling champion. And, oh, by the way, a first-team All-Stater from a year ago in football, and his 4th year starting for the Holsteins. Coach Kleingen, I heard him talking about Hines, and he said, boy, I wish there was a few more of those boys coming out of that family, as they've been stalwarts for the Holsteins. No gain on first down for Manilovitz. 2nd down, and pass completed. On the far sideline, Brock Ellis corrals that one. Manilovitz gets a first down, or checked out a 2nd down gain of 7 yards. First catch of the game for Brock Ellis. Third down and 3. Well, this would be a nice one for the Huskies to get right here. Manilovitz motions Heather once again. And it's going to be a load lead option. Manilovitz got behind Rafferty, and that's a first down. Manilovitz picks up a first down out to the 32. 3rd and 3, and Monolovitz picks up 5. Hettinger County trying to rush that football right into that teeth of that New Salem-Almont defensive unit. And that defense has been good. Just gives up 12 points a game. And the Holsteins have hung their hat on the defensive side the entire season. Trips receivers left. Monolovitz is out of the gun. Hettinger goes in motion. High snap. Monolovitz has it. Running to his right. Submarining his way outside the 35. And they're going to mark him down at about the 36-yard line. Gain of 3 on first down for Monolovitz. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. They've been proudly serving the Magic City for 25 years. 30-inch galactic pizzas out of this world. Call and order now, 852-1700. Planet Pizza out of this world. Today's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. You can be sure to vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. 3 receivers wide to the left. Hettinger in the slot. This time, back to pass. Monolovitz hits Ellis out in the flats. He's gang tackled there, but it's a nice productive gain out to the 41-yard line. Mayer, Wolding, Kuhn all in the vicinity. Get a 3rd tackle apiece each. And a completed pass. Been a good start for Monolovitz. He's now 4 out of 5 throwing the football. His lone pass that wasn't completed was the pick by Cole Grinsteiner. 2 catches now for Ellis for 15 yards. 3rd down and short, 3rd and 2 to be exact. Under 2 minutes to play here, first quarter. Monolovitz, quick hitter. Oh, nice grab. One-hander there by Hettinger, and he's going to have a first down. Monolovitz got decked down by Wyatt Kuhn on the pressure. Nice grab in space there by Hettinger, and it's going to go out to the 45-yard line, and on 3rd down and 2, the Huskies pick up 4. 5 out of 6 passing the football now for 32 yards for Monolovitz. Hettinger just picked up his 2nd reception as the Huskies, this is just what the doctor ordered, with their faces into the wind here, and New Salem-Almont already up 2 touchdowns. Huskies needed to get a few first downs. Hettinger in motion from left to right, 1st and 10 from the 45. It's a student body right, and he can't get away. Monolovitz is going to be dropped down by the nose, Alex Pittman. There's that 215-pound senior defensive tackle. That's his 3rd, make it 3.5 tackles for a loss on the season for Pittman. Been a nice season for him, and A.J. Hines in the middle, and then you throw Levi Becker in there, and they used to have the fearsome foursome, did the Minnesota Vikings, and boy, this is a tremendous threesome, and then you throw in a speedster defensive end like Brock Norton. That's a big 4 up front for the Holsteins. Loss of 4 on first down. Monolovitz back to pass. Looking over the middle. Good coverage. Wyatt Kuhn got in front of Matt Hettinger. And Kuhn showing that athleticism for a sophomore. He's been playing varsity basketball since an 8th grader as Wyatt Kuhn. Of course, the younger brother of Weston Kuhn, the All-Stater from a year ago. New Salem-Almont has reloaded. They lost first-team All-Stater in Dylan Rude, and obviously a second-team All-Stater in Weston Kuhn, and you get, New Salem-Almont comes back with the first-team All-Stater, A.J. Hines, second-team All-Stater Ty Wolding, and then 6 all-region picks. So the cupboard certainly was not bare this season for New Salem-Almont, and they have lived up to those expectations, as now it's 3rd down and long. 3rd and 14 to be exact after the incompleted pass. And now Nate Zachman, head coach for the Huskies, calls a timeout. It's a Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. You can call 355-3100. Ask for Josh Cattell, Michael Borwin for all your personal and business insurance needs. We break. BNC Bank scoreboard. Huskies on the tail end of this one. It's New Salem-Almont 14, Hettinger County 0. We're back after this break on the PSP Network.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
Well, there's head coach Nate Zachman as Hettinger County 3rd and 14 from their 41-yard line. New Salem-Almont with those 4 defensive linemen, and it's a bobbled snap. Manilovitz gets away from Pittman, and then he is leveled. Brock Norton came in there at the end of that and absolutely steamrolled Manilovitz, and that's a sack on the play for the Huskies, for the Holsteins, and now you get a quick timeout. Coach Kleingen wants to make Hettinger County punt into the win with 21 seconds to play here left in the first quarter. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with this 4th down punt upcoming for Hettinger County. New Salem-Almont leads by 14 here on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go Kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Well, that timeout brought to you by Hubbard National Insurance. Get a look there at some of the fans bundled up. Chilly afternoon today in New Salem. Hub International Insurance timeout there. Hub's the leading North American insurance brokerage. You can find them at 4204 Boulder Ridge Road in Northwest Bismarck. Manilovitz back to punt. Slings that left foot into it. Yeah, it's going to bounce at the 42, rolling down at the 40-yard line. Ends up being a 24-yard punt. No return. And with 11 seconds to play in the first quarter, New Salem-Almont leads by 14. I wonder if you take a quick shot here. You got a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind at your back. Even though New Salem-Almont likes to really run the football, I wouldn't be surprised here if you maybe go a little play action and see if you can get one of your receivers behind the defense. Grinsteiner is a receiver wide to the left. Meyer and Wolding is indeed going play action. Looking for Grinsteiner deep, has to evade tacklers. Now he's just going to have to tuck and scramble, and he's going to get yardage out to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. We'll mark him out to 43, and with 1.5 seconds to play, the scramble for the QB Ty Wolding results in 3 yards. Been a productive first quarter for New Salem-Almont. Got 46 yards rushing and a touchdown from Brock Norton, 32 yards and a passing touchdown from Ty Wolding. A couple grabs for Wyatt Kuhn. 2nd down and 6. And this is going to be a pitch, and there goes Grinsteiner, a little end around, and good defense. Stacking them up and bringing them down there was Matthew Bach for Hettinger County, along with an assist there from Lane Kovar. And that'll way the first quarter will go into the books. 14-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard at the end of 1. We'll come back with the second quarter after this timeout on the PSP Network.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Yeah, thanks to the folks at New Salem for rolling out the red carpet for us once again. Always enjoy talking to head coach Kleingen. Athletic director Jerome Slag and the team here is one of our favorite places to come for playoff football. And here we go, second quarter action as Wolding has a direct snap and a keeper. Straight ahead running between the tackles, Wolding burrowing his way and carrying tackles. There's that low center of gravity for a accomplished wrestler in Ty Wolding. And he's going to pick up 6, maybe 7 yards on that carry, and that's going to result in a first down. It was a 3rd down and 6 there for New Salem-Almont, and they get 7 off the legs of Ty Wolding. Into Husky territory, 1st and 10. This time it's a handoff, Brock Norton. Norton is twisted down after a couple of yards. He gets inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. Give him 6. Norton's a kid that, had a 1,000-yard season a year ago as a freshman. Put on 10 pounds, and he's back at it this year for New Salem-Almont, as he's got almost 1,200 yards rushing now on the season and 19 touchdowns for the sophomore Brock Norton. New Salem-Almont, 2nd down and 6. Play action. Wolding pressured, and he is going to be sacked. Dropped down by Matthew Bach. Rafferty was the one who forced him to step up in the pocket, and then Matthew Bach cleaned him up on the sack. Loss of 5 on the play. Now it's going to be 3rd and long upcoming now for New Salem-Almont. One receiver to the left is Grinsteiner. A couple backs behind the quarterback, Wolding, who's under center. And he's back to pass. Pumps it right, throws it back, screen left. Norton has it, makes one man miss in space. No, he does not make a man miss in space. That's a great job. Lane Kovar brings down Brock Norton awkwardly, as he looked like he had a bit of a convoy developing there, as A.J. Hines limping. As he got tangled up a little bit there, did Hines for New Salem-Almont. And a completed pass, just 1 yard after that great play in space there by Lane Kovar. A.J. Hines getting a word with his head coach here, asking if he's okay as he has to come out of the game, as Wolding's going to be punting it away. Rushes on. Ooh, gets it away. Nobody back to receive for Hettinger County, as it's going to be down at the 11-yard line. Ends up being a 36-yard punt for Ty Wolding. I thought that screen pass that New Salem-Almont had set up was going to be a productive play, but then all of a sudden the door closed there by Lane Kovar as Ty Wolding punts it away. No return for Hettinger County. And now the Huskies have that 20-mile-an-hour or so wind at their back here in the second quarter. 7 passes, 7 runs in the first quarter for the Huskies. I backfield and a handoff, straight ahead running, and there goes Heather slipping through a tackle at the 15, and he's going to be hemmed in near the 20. It's going to be a nice 9-yard gain on first down. Yeah, we mentioned Heather, the 170-pound junior. 19 catches, 458 yards receiving on the season and 9 touchdowns, was the leading receiver for the Huskies. And then Rhett Miller got injured last week, and then Heather immediately has to take over the tailback position. 2nd down and 1 for Hettinger County. This time they motion Kirchman. And it's another handoff for Heather. Oh, he slips through. Oh, that was close to busting. As he got into that second level, and he rumbles out to the 27-yard line, give him 7. So that's back-to-back productive runs for Matt Heather. Give him 9 on his first carry this possession, then 7 And he's now got 5 carries, 21 yards for Hettinger County. New Salem-Almont's had the better of this matchup as the Holsteins have won 6 straight against Mott Regent and now Hettinger County. As you get a little keeper. That time Manolovitz went up there and just went on the first touch, first sound, and he picks up a few. Give him 3 out to the 30-yard line. Now the last win for Mott Regent in this matchup came back in 2015. In case you missed it in the pregame, Hettinger County is Mott Regent and New England here as a football co-op, football only, as they also join up with Grant County does Mott Regent for basketball. New England chooses to go alone in basketball as there's a carry by Heather off the right side. Good to see A.J. Hines back in there, and he, along with Levi Becker, that team, sandwiched down Heather after a pickup of 2. Well, New Salem-Almont, we mentioned they pass it about 8 times a game. Not much more for Hettinger County. They might be forced into a passing situation here with 7 minutes to play in the first half. 3rd down and 5. Manolovitz back to pass. Got time. Looking deep down the far sideline, and that pass grabbed. Rafferty has it at the 45-yard line. Nice play. .23-yard pickup. And the biggest play of the game for Hettinger County comes in the arm of Manolovitz, and Jaron Rafferty has his first catch of the contest. Give him 23, and into Holstein territory goes Hettinger County. 1st and 10 from the Holstein 45. Kirchman in motion, handoff Heather off the right side. Boy, they're getting a nice push over there. Getting behind Alex Doe and Aiden Rafferty. And Heather carries it near the 40. Pickup of 5 on 1st down, and Hettinger County on schedule on this possession. Heather had 5 yards on the first possession of the game. They got 23 on this drive alone, as we can tell you that Roger Ward Moving and Storage, proud to help the region with your moving and storage needs. You can find them online at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. 2nd and a long 5, or a short 6 if you prefer. Manolovitz this time hands it off. Heather stutter stepping, and he is bottled up. Nowhere to go as you get Ethan Meyer along with Pittman on the stick there for the Holsteins. Heather, no gain on the play. 3rd down and 6. As Matthew Bach goes off for Hettinger County, the Region 6 number 2 seed. We'll effort some more scores for you throughout the day on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. You make managing money easy with locations in North Dakota, Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. Looks like Hettinger County might be burning a timeout, and indeed they do. A Hub International Insurance timeout. You can contact them today for all your personal and business insurance needs. BNC Bank scoreboard, 14-0. New Salem-Almont has a lead, but Hettinger County has their best drive of the game going, and we'll take a break here. Timeout on the field. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, there's that Hettinger County huddle getting some instructions there from their head coach, Nate Zachman. 3rd down and 6 upcoming for Hettinger County, and they have it at the New Salem-Almont 41-yard line. New Salem-Almont looking to get back to the Dakota Bowl. After getting bumped out in the semis a season ago. Ellis in motion from right to left, 3rd down and 6. Play action. Malolovitz gets Matthew Bach in the flat. Oh, and he slipped down. Kuhn was out there in the vicinity. Bach looked like he had evaded him, but he couldn't keep his footing. And it ends up being about a loss of a yard on the play, and so now it'll set up 3rd down and 7. Check that 4th down and 7 upcoming now for Hettinger County. And I wonder what Coach Zachman's going to do here. Manolovitz is now 7 of 9 throwing the football. He lost a yard on that completion to Matthew Bach. 4th down and 7. I don't look like this does not look like a punting formation to me, as you got twins left, twins right. 4th and 6. Now they motion into trips. Back to pass. No, it's a little screen. Got a blocker. And in space. They didn't let the block get set up as Kovar caught it. They couldn't get Josh Ernst out in front of him. It's a completed pass. They get 5, but they needed 7. And on downs, the Huskies will turn it over after their most impressive drive of the game. Good tackle in space there for New Salem-Almont, by the way, as well, to deny that play that looked like it had some promise. 3:55 to play first half. New Salem-Almont takes over 1st and 10. Wolding tosses it. There goes Brock Norton. Ooh, he is smoked. Hit hard there by Kovar and Rafferty. Well, this does not look like a matchup here. These two teams, like we said, played just 3 weeks ago. And 3 weeks ago, I beg your pardon. And 72-20. New Salem-Almont came up on top. This does not have a feel in the playoffs that it's going to be any kind of result like that. 2-yard gain for Norton on 1st down. Now Wolding's back to pass. Steps up, scrambles, makes 1. 2 men may miss, and now he lowers his shoulder. Rafferty and Ellis knock him down there after a gain of 2. So you give Norton a couple yards on 1st down. You get the scramble for Ty Wolding. On 2nd down, we'll give Wolding 3. Sets up 3rd down and a long 4. Maybe a short 5 here for New Salem-Almont. Hines had limped off a moment ago. He's back in there in that front 3 for New Salem-Almont. Grinsteiner wide to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Wolding back to pass. Looking, and it's tipped. Well, might have been the big long arms of the law there. Teddy Kirschman who got a hand on it as Wyatt Kuhn was open. But the ball got tipped as soon as it left Wolding's hand. Lane Kovar was in the vicinity as well. I couldn't see exactly who tipped that pass, but nonetheless, it's incomplete. First incompleted pass of the afternoon for Ty Wolding. And now Wolding will drop back into a punting situation. Again, Hettinger County coming after it. Nobody back for Hettinger County is into the wind. It has a little reverse English on it. A little backspin. And that favors the Huskies as it's going to be marked down at the 27-yard line. So that's a 27-yard punt to the 27-yard line. And Hettinger County takes over from there, as we can tell you during this change of possession here that Prestwich Orthodontics brings you today's game. Specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages, you can call 852-2646. Visit mynotbraces.com today to get started with a free virtual consultation. Today's game also brought to you in part by the UPS store. They're located on South Broadway in Minot in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Handoff Heather, and he's grabbed onto. Brock Norton got him from behind, and then those big guys cleaned it up. Hines, Wolding, Pittman in the vicinity as Heather gets no gain. Well, it's settled in here as New Salem-Almont got 2 quick touchdowns in the first quarter. Got a 31-yard touchdown run from Brock Norton and a 6-yard TD pass from Ty Wolding to Wyatt Kuhn. Huskies break the huddle, 2nd down and 9 as they officially give Heather a yard on 1st down. Keeper for Manolovitz. They get a block on Pittman, but well strung out there as Grinsteiner ultimately knocks Manolovitz out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, so no gain again. That might even be a loss on the play. Now back, they mark him at the 28, so we'll say it's officially a loss of 1 for Manolovitz on that design QB run. Minor stay tuned at halftime. We'll have our premier chiropractic intermission report. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domers can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Got another game for you today on the PSP Network. That one kicks off here in about 17 minutes from Velva. As Velva Drake Animus Garrison takes on Bowman County. Manolovitz back to pass. Oh, and that one almost picked off as Tellman might have had a pick 6. Pass intended for Rafferty, but that one was just about to the house for Landon Tellman. Tellman had a bead on it from his corner position. The sophomore has got 2 interceptions on the season. And now it looks like Hettinger County is going to be a punting situation. Manolovitz back to punt. Mike Grinsteiner's not very far back with the wind at Manolovitz's back. 1 step, punt, and it goes way over the head of Cole Grinsteiner. They don't call me Nostradamus for nothing. And that's not going to be picked up, and it's a little bit of an error there for the Holsteins as a big punt. And now you get 2 late flags. Must have been some extracurriculars going on there. 1, 2, 3 flags. I was watching the punt roll down, and I didn't see some of the play behind the action as officially this is going to be. I'm going to do some quick math here as to where they mark them down at the 17-yard line. So officially it is a 56-yard punt, and then we'll sort out what happens after that. As you get a hold, it's going to be declined on New Salem-Almont, a block in the back on New Salem-Almont, and it's going to set the Holsteins back even more. 56-yard punt, and Grinsteiner was standing about 20 yards back. So that sailed well over his head, and then with the wind, you get a penalty on New Salem-Almont, and now the Holsteins will be deep in their own end with 1:44 to play here in a fast-moving first half. From Holstein country today, 1:44 to play in the second quarter. And officially the ball is going to be marked all the way back down at about the 9-yard line. Wolding this time out of the gun, fakes a little smoke screen, and then he tries to run it, and he's about banged down. Boy, Kovar and Rafferty have been in a lot of sticks today. The guys up front have been doing their job for that Hettinger County defense. And those 2 linebackers, Rafferty and Kovar, are making a lot of plays. Gain of 1 for Wolding. Those guys up front, Matthew Bach, Alex Doe, Jack Manolovitz, and Teddy Kirschman, the 4 down linemen for Hettinger County. 2nd and 9, Wolding, handoff Norton. Off the right side, and a lot of white shirts around him again. It's going to be a productive play, though. Outside the 10 goes Norton, and he'll pick up 3. Norton now 5 carries, 57 yards here in the first half. Had a chance to visit with his grandpa before the game. Awful proud of his grandson, just a sophomore. 1,200 yards rushing on the season for Brock Norton. Matter of fact, he's got officially now 1,203. Under a half minute to play, 3rd down and 6. Wolding back to pass. looking for Kuhn down the near sideline. Jump ball picked off. What a play. High pointing it. Jack Manolovitz. Check that. Not Jack Manolovitz. Cole Manolovitz has a pick. That's his 7th interception on the season. And now with 15 seconds to play here in the first half, Hettinger County has a chance. Wolding's 5th pass of the game ends up being a pick. And well, let's see how aggressive Hettinger County goes. I imagine they're going to at least take a shot here or something. A couple guys back in the backfield. Manolovitz back to pass. Looking for a deep post. No, he goes down a wheel route. He's got his man Heather. Touchdown! Penalty flag in the backfield as they had Ellis on a post, and then he had a wheel route for Rafferty, and it's coming back. A hold on the play. My, oh my. Manolovitz had time to throw the football, but coming off that backside blitz, I think it was Brock Norton who had the pressure, and it ends up being a huge penalty here at the end of the first half, taking points off the scoreboard for Hettinger County. Well, holding plays, they're always tough, but man, when you have a hold that negates a touchdown, that's a dagger. And it's the first penalty of the game on Hettinger County. Hettinger County had too many guys in the field as they slip a guy off. Probably should have been too many men in the huddle. Looks like a screen. They're going to get it to Rafferty, and he's got nothing. Brock Norton sniffed that baby out. Another loss on the play, and it'll be the final play of the first half. Well, that was an entertaining final 15 seconds of the period as Hettinger County had a touchdown called back, and then they lose 7 yards on a completed pass. And our Premier Chiropractic halftime report comes up next. Home of the Holsteins, BNC Bank scoreboard. New Salem-Almont 14, Hettinger County 0, and our halftime break comes up next on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Hi, back in our Premier Chiropractic halftime report. They're focused on the health of the Minot and surrounding areas using the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. That's Premier Chiropractic. Good to have them on board. Bringing you our halftime reports on all of our PSP Network broadcasts. Todd Darmery is back with you from the PSP Network broadcast booth. Nice crow's nest here at New Salem football field today on a cool Saturday afternoon from Holstein country. Is we didn't get to talk about it much. I actually had a video of it. I was going to try to play it for all you folks today, but somehow can't get that bad boy to load in here, as it's always entertaining. It's a tradition unlike any other. Not the Masters Golf Tournament, of course, but when the Holsteins come rolling in the cattle trailer and they park that baby back and you got the fans going crazy and the band thumping and the Holsteins come charging out in the field right out of the back end of a cattle trailer, we'll have that we'll give you a little bit more of that action as we can hopefully get it loaded up here. But a good first half, as with the wind that they're back, New Salem-Almont got touchdowns in the first quarter on a 31-yard touchdown run from Brock Norton at the 8:49 mark, and then a 6-yard TD pass after a 3-and-out by Hettinger County results in a short field and a 41-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 6-yard TD pass from Ty Wolding to Wyatt Kuhn. Alex Brandt had a touchdown two-point conversion on the first TD. Pass was no good on the second one, so that's all the scoring here in the first half. 14-0. New Salem-Almont has a lead on your BNC Bank scoreboard. And, of course, got a whole lot of action that we'll get you updated on here as we progress on our Premier Chiropractic intermission report as games in progress. Grant County Flasher and South Border. That game is scoreless in the second quarter. We'll get reports on some of these other games. Lemoore, Litchville, Marion up big, as is Cavalier up big. We'll get official updates on those as St. John is taking on Surrey today. MPCG and Wyndmere Lidgewood. Divide County and West Hope Newburgh Glenburn tied up at 28 in that matchup. And North Prairie and North Border as we give you that look at the North Dakota 9-man playoffs. Of course, you've got 11 B playoffs as well today. A game that's just kicking off on the PSP network. That one up in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Velva, Drake, Animus, Garrison hosting Bowman County. You can catch that one as well on a YouTube live stream brought to you by the PSP network. We'll get you some more updated scores. One score we do have in this bracket has Shiloh Christian leading 21-0 over Des Lacs Burlington up in Des Lacs in that contest there. So the Skyhawks from Shiloh Christian off to a good start in that matchup. We'll take a break as there you get a look at the New Salem-Almont huddle. Coach Steve Kleingen giving some instructions to his Holsteins. And they lead by 14 here at the break. When we come back, we'll dig into the numbers. Individual and team stats are next on your Premier Chiropractic intermission report at halftime. New Salem-Almont over Hettinger County 14-0 at the break. More after this timeout on the PSP Network.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Servpro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're Servpro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Servpro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call Servpro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Back at halftime, there's your halftime score. New Salem-Almont leads 14-0 here on the home field of the New Salem-Almont Holsteins, 14-0. And here's a look at those Premier Chiropractic halftime numbers as Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domrey's can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Team stats first. Hettinger County rushes it 15 times for 35 yards in the first half, throwing 59 yards passing for Cole Manolovitz, and that's 94 yards of offense in the first half for Hettinger County. New Salem-Almont carries it 14 times for 75 yards, 33 yards passing for Ty Wolding, 108 yards for New Salem-Almont, 108 for the Holsteins, 94 for Hettinger County here in the first half. Individually, it looks like this. First for New Salem-Almont, who leads 14-0 here at the break. Led in rushing by Brock Norton, 57 yards on 6 carries and a 31-yard touchdown in his first touch of the game. Ty Wolding has 6 carries for 13 yards. Cole Grinsteiner, 1 carry for no gain, and Ethan Meyer, 1 carry for 5 yards. Ty Wolding throwing the football 3 of 5 in the first half for 33 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 2 catches for Wyatt Kuhn for 32 yards and a TD grab, and Brock Norton 1 catch for 1 yard. New Salem-Almont was penalized twice in the first half, and they punted it 2 times as well in the first half. New Salem-Almont led by the 57 yards of rushing by Brock Norton. For Hettinger County, they were led by Matt Heather on the ground, 9 carries, 29 yards for him. Cole Manolovitz has 6 carries for 6 yards. Manolovitz throwing the football, 10 of 12 in the first half for 59 yards. He was picked off once by Cole Grinsteiner. Hettinger County punted the football 3 times in the first half, and they just had 1 penalty, but boy, that was a big one. Late in the first half, they apparently had just scored a touchdown off of a grab by Jaron Rafferty, and instead it came back on a holding call. The only penalty of the first half for Hettinger County takes points off the scoreboard, so Hettinger County led by the arm of Cole Manolovitz in the first half, 10 of 12 throwing the football for 59 yards. And New Salem-Almont outgains Hettinger County 108-94 in the first half. And Hettinger County will have the football as we get set for the second half of play. Here's our calendar this week. As we had a lot of action. Had volleyball on Tuesday nights. Thursday night you had football action, the Demons and the Patriots, and Minot High and West Fargo. Minot High and Century picking up wins there. And today, of course, you got the Holsteins and the Huskies here, and Bowman County taking on Velvet Drake Animus Garrison, a game that just got started right now on the PSP Network. Be sure to stay tuned and follow us on our PSP Network social media sites, Twitter and Facebook, and you can catch our upcoming schedules as these will be developed now, as you've got the 11A bracket and you've got the 11 AA bracket. Those games will take place next Friday nights, and we'll have some of that action on the PSP Network along with playoff football next Saturday from the 11B and the 9B brackets, as well as we'll have continuing coverage of North Dakota high school football playoffs here on the PSP Network. We'll take a timeout, and our second half comes up next at the break. On your BNC Bank scoreboard, it is 14-0 in favor of New Salem-Almont over Hettinger County. The Huskies will have the football when we come back after this break on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
We are underway in the second half. Aiden Raftery kicks it off, returned by Ethan Mayer, straight up the middle of the field, out to the 32-yard line. But I must have completely missed the coin toss at the beginning of the game as we introduced the Hettinger County offense and the New Salem-Almont defense, and then New Salem-Almont gets the football. And then I think that Hettinger County is going to get the football here in the second half, and New Salem has the football. So strange things are afoot. Let's see kind of adjustments both these teams make as we are underway. And it's a handoff straight ahead for Brock Norton. Just underway here in the third quarter. Norton gets a productive gain of 6 yards on first down. Sophomore tailback, 7 carries, now 63 yards. Updated score in, Shiloh Christian now leading DLB 28-8 in the third quarter. 2nd and 4. Holsteins into the wind here in quarter number 3. Snap, handoff, same play. Right up the middle, skipping through a tackle is Norton. Got hit down low by Manolovitz first, and then Heather cleaned him up, but it's a gain of 4 and 2 plays. Both rushes for Brock Norton gets the Holsteins 10 yards on a first down. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. They got over 25 years experience as your heating and air experts. You can find them online at northern-plains.com. Quickly in and out of the huddle. Mayer right down Broadway. Ooh, good surge that time by that offensive line for New Salem-Almont. That's a 13-yard gallop for Ethan Meyer. His best carry of the game. And New Salem-Almont into Husky territory at their 42-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Oh, one of the things that the Holsteins have done here is a little attitude adjustment. They're saying we're going to run it right at you. Hettinger County, try and stop us. Snap is back. Wolding out of the gun. Handoff. Mayer skips through a couple tackles. Makes another man miss at the 30, but somehow Ellis got a fingertip on him. Brings him down, and that's a nice gain. All the way down to the 25-yard line and a 17-yard run for Ethan Meyer. Back-to-back carries, 13 yards and 17 yards for Meyer there, the 150-pound junior running back. One receiver to the left, Grinsteiner. Snap is back, handoff. Meyer again. And he's got another good gain. Eclipses the 20. Finally knocked down there by Manolovitz, along with Alex Doe. Give him an assist. But it's another 8 yards for Ethan Meyer. Well, it's big runs for him. 38 yards in his last 3 carries. And into the Servpro red zone goes New Salem-Almont here, looking for points on the first drive of the third quarter. Same play. Meyer again. Slips off the tackle by Kovar. Tripped up by Ellis, but inside the 10 goes Meyer. And New Salem-Almont rolling. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be a gain of 9 on that play. Could be the same play. Yep, hand it off again. Meyer again, weaving, dancing, getting close to the goal line. He's going to be marked down at the 1. Line of scrimmage was the 7. I wouldn't be surprised if New Salem-Almont just does the same thing again. They can't stop it. Here it is again. Meyer this time is wrapped up by Rafferty, and no, they mark him short. Got within an inch of the goal line, did Ethan Meyer. Now New Salem-Almont just gets kind of out of that hurry-up mode. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1. Grinsteiner brings the play in. Boy, when you got Pittman and Becker and Hines up front, this could be just a sneak here for Wolding as he sneaks it, and he's got a touchdown. Ty Wolding got behind Pittman and Becker and Hines. Good surge from that offensive line and a 1-yard TD run for Ty Wolding here in the third quarter. And New Salem-Almont has increased their lead to 20-0. That's a 3-minute and 45-yard drive. All rushes. 1 carry for Wolding. And a bunch of work there for Ethan Meyer. 2-point conversion on the way. Wolding has the snap back, fakes it to Norton. Wolding driving, and he is denied. 2-point conversion is no good. New Salem-Almont, however, puts 6 on the board, and they have a 20-0 lead here over Hettinger County, and we'll take a touchdown timeout. Back after this break on the PSP Network.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Impressive drive on the first possession of the second half. New Salem-Almont takes it and runs it right at the Hettinger County Huskies. Nine plays, all rushes, and it results in a 1-yard TD run from Ty Wolding, who will now kick off. Low, winding end-over-end kick. And it's going to come near the sideline, and it will go out of bounds. Letting that baby go out of bounds was Mark Fitterer, as he was hoping and hoping and hoping that thing was going to go and hit the sideline, and it finally did, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Hettinger County at the 35-yard line after that penalty on the kick out of bounds for New Salem-Almont. Nine-play, 65-yard scoring drive for New Salem-Almont to start the third quarter here. Again, as we said, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run for Ty Wolding. And now here comes this Hettinger County offense. Manolovitz is your quarterback. Rafferty and Heather, the tailback, standing beside him. They motion Kirchman from left to right, 1st and 10 from the 35. Manolovitz has it, and he's got a wall. 40, 45, slips a tackle, midfield, still on his feet, driving it all the way into Holstein territory, marked down at the 44-yard line. That's his biggest run of the game. Give him 21 on the rush for Cole Manolovitz. Well, both teams with some, so far, effective halftime adjustments here as Hettinger County with the wind at their back. It's been a constant 15 to 20 miles an hour the entire afternoon. Well, I hear the defense chant from the Holsteins faithful. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line for Manolovitz and Hettinger County. High snap, little option play. Manolovitz keeps it again. Another nice drive. Another nice block and down the sideline. Manolovitz sprinting, and he's finally knocked down and pushed out of bounds inside the 10. No, mark him down at the 12 as he stepped out of bounds at the 12 with a 32-yard gallop. Back-to-back plays for Manolovitz. 53 yards rushing in 2 plays there. And into the Servpro red zone goes Hettinger County. 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water, cleanup and restoration. It's Servpro. First and 10 from the 12. Hettinger County into the red zone for the first time today. Motion by Kirchman, and it's a load option, and there goes Manolovitz. Flag flies, 1, 2, 3 flags, as I think that play was intended to go off tackle. And Manolovitz ended up bouncing it outside, and that puts your offensive lineman in a tough position, and it'll result in a 10-yard holding penalty on Hettinger County. Been some inopportune penalties. 1st and goal from the 12. Hettinger County goes backwards 10. And on the second to last play in the first half, Hettinger County had a holding play bring back a touchdown pass as Manolovitz had hit Jaron Rafferty, but that got brought back. Ellis splits out wide to the left. Heather Rafferty in the backfield alongside Manolovitz. 1st and 16 now from the 19-yard line. Now we'll go left, option it. Heather has it. Gets away from Mayer once, can't get away twice. And a host of Holsteins bring him down. Good pursuit there. Got Hines coming off the pile, Wolding coming off the pile. But the play there was really made by Ethan Mayer from his outside linebacker position as Heather loses a yard. Well, Hettinger County marched it right down the field on a couple plays, and now they've gone backwards. Holding call. And now a loss of 1 on the option makes it 2nd down and 17 to go from the 20. Still in the Servpro red zone are the Huskies. Manolovitz back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, lofts it, sideline. What a catch! Heather off his fingertips, back into his hands. Touchdown! His 10th TD grab of the season, and that was pretty. I thought it was going to be too far. He stuck out a paw, grabbed it, and just like that, Hettinger County is on the scoreboard. 20-yard TD grab. You won't see a better catch than that. What Matt Heather just did there for Hettinger County. Heather, as we said, 19 catches for 458 yards coming in and 9 touchdowns. He's got 3 grabs today for 37 yards, including that 20-yard TD grab, his 10th TD of the season. Hettinger County will go for 2 as they're down by 14. Back to pass. Into the flat, and that's going to be intercepted. Ethan Mayer got it. They were looking for Jaron Rafferty, and the 2-point conversion pass is no good, but Hettinger County on the scoreboard will take a touchdown timeout. 6:42 to play here, 3rd quarter, and we're back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right zoom, spider 2 Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go Kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
And that got some life into the Husky sideline. 2 productive runs of 53 yards for Cole Manolovitz on that drive. And it just takes them 6 plays to hit pay dirt. Now they go for an onside kick. Ball is tipped. Who has it? New Salem-Almont falls on it. That baby was loose for a couple seconds there as doing the jobs on the special teams play there was Chance Hazel, the junior wide receiver cornerback for New Salem-Almont, fell on that football after it looked like it had hit a black shirt and almost came loose. So the Huskies get the touchdown and they go for the onside kick. And I got to reset the clock back to 6:25 officially. As the officials pause for a second, we can tell you that today's game brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. You can vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Handoff, Brock Norton. Hurdles a man. Drives it off a right tackle. And now the pile just moves a little rugby scrum. As the line of scrimmage was midfield, Norton carries it to the Huskies' 43-yard line. When that last drive, Ethan Meyer got going. Carried it 6 times for 54 yards, did Meyer on the last drive alone. 2nd down and 4. Direct snap to Wolding, and he's got a 1st down. Grabbed onto by Kirchman. He carries him for a couple more yards. Get it all the way down to the 36-yard line, and that's an 8-yard powerful run there for the QB Wolding. 1st and 10, New Salem-Almont. Meyer now 59 yards rushing. Norton 74 yards rushing. Wolding 22 yards rushing for the Holsteins. 1st and 10. Wolding keeps it straight up the middle. Ooh, almost got loose on that one before Heather grabs him at an ankle at the 28-yard line, another gain of 8. And so now all of a sudden, these runs in the first half that were 2 and 3 yards are becoming 7, 8, and 9 and double-digit type runs for New Salem-Almont. Wide receiver to the left is Trenton Klott. 2 backs in the backfield on 2nd down and 2. Snap is back. Handoff, Norton. Puts a foot in the ground, off right tackle, and then he is slung down as you get Rafferty, along with both the Rafferty boys in there. Aiden Rafferty, Jaron Rafferty in on the stick for the Huskies, and that's a gain of 1 for Brock Norton. Third and a long 1 for the Holsteins. Ethan Meyer, he stood up. Flag flies in as Kirchman was in there. Manolovitz was in there to sandwich down Ethan Meyer. Well, we'll check this one out as when you get a flag in there from that position, your umpire throws it. Usually that's something, some sort of a block. It could be a chop block. Yep. I think it's a personal foul chop block is what I think the official call is. I don't think it was anything extracurricular there. As you get the 4th penalty of the game against New Salem-Almont. And that's a big one. Sets them back 15 yards. What do you get? Oh, and it's a loss of down, too. It was after the play. So that was not a chop block. It was one of those personal foul penalties, as it's going to be a punting situation as Wolding boots it away. Nobody back to return again for Hettinger County, and it's going to be down at the 15-yard line. Ends up being a 28-yard punt. third of the game for Ty Wolding. And Hettinger County bends but doesn't break on that drive right there as the Huskies scored their first touchdown a moment ago on their first drive of the second half, and now immediately they get the ball back with 3:53 to play here in the third quarter, and the wind still at the backs of the white-shirted Hettinger County Huskies here in the third quarter. Manolovitz brings them out of the huddle, sends Ellis to the right. Tight end on each side. Couple backs beside Cole Manolovitz. He's back to pass. Looking, slings it over the middle. Ooh, in and out of the hands of Brock Ellis at the 35-yard line. Ethan Meyer on the coverage there, along with Trenton Klott in the vicinity. As an incompleted pass stops the clock with 3:47 to play. Manolovitz been good throwing the football today. 11 of 14, now 79 yards for the senior quarterback, Cole Manolovitz. Manolovitz, a kid that qualified for the state track meet a season ago. Long jump and triple jumper. Same formation. One receiver right. This time it's Kirchman. Snap is back. Manolovitz options it. Pitches it out to Rafferty. Oh, and he can't get away. Good tackle in space there by Wyatt Kuhn. Drops him down at the 15-yard line. No gain. We'll maybe give Rafferty a gain of 1. As the line of scrimmage was the 15, he gets it out to about the 15.5. And now it's third down and long. Upcoming for Hettinger County, and they'll spread you out. Twins left, twins right. Nobody back in the backfield beside Manolovitz. Motion to the near side, sets up trips to the right. Manolovitz goes backside screen. Kovar has it, sets up a block, sets up another block. Grabbed onto by Ethan Meyer. And did that ball come loose? Football came out of there, and it's recovered by the Holsteins. Well, I saw Grinsteiner and Wolding near the pile, and somebody popped that baby loose out of the hands of Lane Kovar after the completed pass. Picks up about 5 yards, and then a Kovar fumble gives it to New Salem-Almont. And now the Holsteins have it near the Servpro red zone. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Oh, a snap over the head of Brock Norton. He has to fall on it. All the way back at the 34-yard line. Loss of 11. High snap on the play. And backwards goes the Holsteins. Norton officially loses 11. Off of the second turnover of the game for Hettinger County. There was an interception by Grinsteiner in the first half, and now a fumble recovery. I never did see exactly who had that fumble recovery, as there was a pile up on that far side. New Salem-Almont sets them down. Second down now and 21 from the 34-yard line. A little fake sweep, and now there goes Brock Norton. He's got space. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Brock Norton, 34 yards to pay dirt. Lost 11 on the play before, and now he's got his second 30-plus yard touchdown run. They fake a sweep, little crossbuck action in the backfield. Norton untouched pretty much for 34 yards, and New Salem-Almont now leads 26-6. Norton up to 98 yards rushing now, and the Holsteins will go for 2. Norton and Meyer standing beside Wolding. Snap to Wolding, keeper for Wolding, darts outside, 2-point conversion run is good, and the Holsteins put 7, make it 8 on the board for New Salem-Almont as they turn that fumble recovery into points here late in the third quarter. 1:59 to play in the third. BNC Bank scoreboard, new score from New Salem. It's New Salem-Almont 28, Hettinger County 6. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Ty Wolding with the ensuing kickoff. One hop, picked up by Matt Heather. Starts left, comes back right, slams on the brakes, and he's going to be dropped down there. Nice special team tackle there by Will Mossbrucker, the junior for New Salem-Almont. Well, New Salem-Almont gets a short field, and it takes them just 2 plays to convert it into 6. Norton went backwards, and then he went forwards for 34 yards. He had 2 carries on that drive. The final one was the one that counted, 34-yard TD run, second of the game for Norton, as he almost has 100 yards rushing in the contest. And with 1:51 to play here in the third quarter, the Holsteins lead by 22. Motion by Kirchman. Play action. Back to pass. Manolovitz flushed out of the pocket by Hines. Now throwing it late. Manolovitz almost had that picked off by Becker. They say it's going to be an incomplete pass. And now you get a penalty flag down. That might be intentional grounding, as Manolovitz didn't even get that ball close back to the line of scrimmage, as Hettinger County is looking for a deep route. And you had Hines in the backfield. You had Becker in the backfield. And now I think you're going to get intentional grounding as the Zebras confer here. Nope, they're going to wave it off. Apparently, Manolovitz got hit or something. It was tipped, or maybe they had a receiver in the vicinity, as head coach Kleingen lobbying. That'll go on deaf ears. Is your white hat today, Todd Fisher, waves off that penalty. So an incompleted pass makes it 2nd and 10. Heather trying to get to the edge. Kuhn ushers him out of bounds. Maybe gets a yard or 2. Matt Heather takes it out to the 28. We'll give him a yard. $11 carries, 29 yards for Matt Heather. And we can tell you that, hey, Planet Pizza is proud to bring you today's game. Get their 30-inch Galactic Pizza. It's out of this world. You can call and order it now at 852-1700. Planet Pizza brings you today's game, along with the UPS store. They're located on South Broadway in Minot. Visit them in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 to be exact. One receiver wide side. Back to pass Manolovitz. Looking over the middle, flushed, throws it late, and that one almost picked off by Wolding. Looking for Matthew Bach. Klott was in the vicinity too, but Wolding just about had another interception. Wolding had it go off his fingertips. Incomplete pass. Makes it 3rd down and long, and now Ethan Meyer will go back into a punt receive situation, and Manolovitz steps back into a punting formation. Manolovitz gets the snap, throws a left foot into it. Line drive knuckleball kick fielded by Meyer at the 40. He's got a wall to the 50, 45, 30, down to the 25. Cut back, and a big special teams play. Low wobbling kick for Manolovitz And that punt only went 32 yards, and Ethan Mayer had a head of steam, and he runs that baby all the way to the 20-yard line, so that ends up being a 40-yard punt return for Mayer, and now New Salem-Almont is in business again, right on the edge of the Servpro red zone. Advanced technology, fire and water, cleanup and restoration. It's Servpro bringing our red zone. New Salem-Almont with 1:13 to play here in the third quarter. Back to pass. Wolding, and he has Kirchman hanging on to him. Oh, and then he's buried down by Rafferty as well. Teddy Kirchman has the sack for Hettinger County. Kirchman had him stood up, and then Rafferty came down and lowered a boom on him, as that ends up being a loss of 9. Back to the 29-yard line. And the clock drips now under a minute to play here, third quarter. New Salem-Almont leading 28-6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard, and they've got it second down and 19 from the 29-yard line. Wide side, Clott is the receiver. Wolding tosses it. There goes Ethan Mayer trying to get to the edge. Now he cuts it up. Got a little wall. Driving right inside the numbers. Nice gain. Got a lot of that penalty yardage back all the way to the 15-yard line. Give him 14 yards. What is this? This tandem in the backfield of underclassmen. Meyer and Norton have got it going, and that's the way the third quarter will go into the books after that 14-yard run for Ethan Mayer. Sets up New Salem-Almont, and they'll have the football in the red zone when we come back. 28-6, fourth quarter is next on the PSP Network.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
There's some Hettinger County fans enjoying the action here at New Salem this afternoon. A couple scores to update you on. North Prairie has won today over North Border 30-0. Lemoore Litchville Marion, the overall #1 seed, wins big, as does Cavalier this afternoon. Good one brewing as Divide County leads West Hope Newburgh Glenburn 42-36. So a lot of scores starting to file in here. As now you got a big 3rd and 5 for New Salem-Almont on the first play of the fourth quarter. From the 15-yard line, handoff Norton. Drives into the teeth of that defense. Oh, they got a shove from A.J. Hines, and that's going to be a first down. They had Norton stood up, and then the bulldozer Hines came in there and pushed him for about 5 more yards, and that's going to take him all the way down to the 9. 6 yards for Norton, and that's a Holstein first down. First and goal upcoming into the Servpro red zone is New Salem-Almont. Norton now up over 100 yards rushing on the afternoon and 2 touchdowns for him. Holstein's looking for more. First and goal from the 9. Snap is back. Keeper for Wolding. Slips through 1, almost inside the 5. Ankle tackled there by Matt Heather as he drives it all the way down to the 2. Give Wolding 6 on that first down carry. Wolding with just about 500 yards rushing on the season. 9 touchdowns on the ground for the QB, Ty Wolding, the returning second-team All-Stater for New Salem-Almont. One receiver to the right is Grinsteiner. Second and goal from the 2. Handoff Mayer. Can he get to the edge? Yes! Meyer into the end zone. Touchdown! 2-yard scamper. And New Salem-Almont puts 6 on the board. short drive after the 40-yard punt return by Ethan Meyer. And then he runs at the final distance, does Meyer, for his first TD of the game. 75 yards on the afternoon for Meyer on 9 carries. And more importantly, a touchdown to make it 34-6 now. New Salem-Almont on top. Holsteins will go for 2. One receiver wide left, one receiver wide to the right. Wolding steps back, throws a little slant. Ooh, off the hands of his intended receiver over there. Cole Grinsteiner, I beg your pardon. Pass is no good, and we got a touchdown timeout. 10:52 to play, a football game. New score from New Salem. It's the Holsteins 34, Hettinger County 6, and we're back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
The ensuing kickoff, Ty Wolding boots it to the near sideline. One hop to Heather at the 8. 10, 15, gets a block at the 20. Turns it straight up between the numbers. Out past the 30-yard line, a 22-yard kickoff return for Matt Heather. And he's brought down there by New Salem-Almont's Maverick Nelson. Well, the Huskies now, after they scored a touchdown, they get the first points, their first points. New Salem-Almont has answered with 2 touchdowns of their own here. One at the end of the third quarter, one at the beginning of the fourth quarter, just separated by about 2-3 minutes of game time. Manolovitz under center. Got an eye backfield behind him. Second man through is Heather. Good run for him out to the 40-yard line. Give him 7. Tackle there by Levi Becker for New Salem-Almont. Advance today's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. Offer free consultations and financing options to make it easy to take your smile to the next level. As another handoff goes to Heather, and he's close to the sticks. Going to be out to the 43-yard line, and indeed he will have a first down. Minor after game fans, will have our planning team financial advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame. Planning team financial advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Hettinger County motions Kirchman from left to right. From the 44-yard line, their own 44, they hand it off. Right side run. And Matt Heather has a couple. Gets tumbled down. Wyatt Kuhn, A.J. Hines in on the stick there as it's a couple-yard gain for Heather. 14 carries, now 41 yards for Matt Heather, the junior running back for Hettinger County. Fans, today's game also brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage, and proudly helping the region their moving and storage needs since 1942. You can find them online at rogerwardmovingandstorage.com. Oh, this time in the backfield, Heather is gobbled up. Big number 51, Levi Becker, was the first guy to put a black hat on him. And Heather is hobbling, favoring that left ankle. He comes out of there limping, as be no gain on the play. Short break for an injury is you get the Sanford Orthopedic and Sports Medicine staff here. Morgan Ketterling from Sanford Health providing the training services as she sprints across the field to give a little attention there to Matt Heather. 3rd down and 8 for Hettinger County. They empty it out. Couple receivers left, one to the right. Manolovitz out of the gun. Snap is back. High snap, bobbles it, picks it up, throws it, doesn't throw it. Now he's going to have to scramble, and he dives ahead to midfield. Closest guys there were Alex Pittman and Brock Norton. It ends up being a 3, maybe a 4-yard scramble there for Cole Manolovitz. Probably a situation here now on 4th and along 4 from midfield. Hettinger County's got to go for it. Down by 28 are the Huskies. They'll empty the backfield out. 1-2 receivers to the left, 1-2 receivers to the right. And before we get going, you get head coach Nate Zachman wants a Hub International Insurance timeout. Hub International, you can contact them today for your personal and business insurance needs. Their local agents, Josh Cattell, Michael Borman, can be reached at 355-3100. 4th down play upcoming when we come back. New Salem 34, Hettinger County 6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard with 7:42 to play in the football game.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Halftime score in from Grant County. The game's actually being played in Elgin today. Grant County Flasher leading 16-12 over South Border. Just starting the 3rd quarter of play in Elgin today. As now you got a 4th and 4 for Hettinger County. Trips receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Manolovitz has the snap back. Under pressure, Hines grabs him and down he goes. A.J. Hines. Just got a big sack on the play. Knocks down Manolovitz all the way back at the 40-yard line. Another loss of 9. And on downs, that will give the football to New Salem-Almont. First and 10 Holsteins. Wolding has it. Straight up the middle run. Gashing and driving and pile driving his way to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 and a first down. Well, they're starting to get north and south now and have some leverage. Is New Salem as Wolding stretching that leg out a little bit as he's got 12 carries, 37 yards today. Clock drips down to 7:19 to play in the contest. Number 2 ranked and number 2 overall seed New Salem, impressive here today. Wolding this time under center, handoff Alex Brandt, and he's got a head of steam. Boy, that'd get a lot of push there as you see Pittman and Hines. They're 6, 7, 8 yards downfield, as is Wyatt Kuhn. They're just getting on those blocks and not letting the Huskies off them, as that's going to be 9 on first down for Alex Brandt on his first carry of the game. And that's one thing the Holsteins will do, man. They lean in that rushing game, and they're leaning on Hettinger County right now. Handoff Brandt again. Got a seam, starts left, goes back right, back to his left, 21 yards, touchdown. The flag is down. Sort this out as looks like Matthew Bach is saying, no, guys, bring this back. I got held. And that's exactly what happens. Is Hettinger County had one of those today. Touchdown call back with a holding call, and now New Salem-Almont has a 21-yard TD run by Alex Brandt wiped off the scoreboard. Due to a holding call, Holsteins have now been penalized 5 times for 50 yards. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Been doing it for over 25 years as your heating and air experts. Find them online at northern-plains.com. 2nd and 7 and a handoff. Ooh, big hole. There goes Norton. Gets a block on the edge by Klott, and he's barely tripped up inside the 15. Finally mark him down at the 10. Brock Norton with a 17-yard rumble there sets up New Salem-Almont in the Servpro red zone. 24/7 emergency service, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Servpro, bringing you our red zones and all of our PSP network broadcasts. Holsteins into the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 10. Actually, 1st and goal from the 10. Wolding with Brandt beside him, and he'll hand it off to Alex Brandt. Tries the left side, and going to be wrapped up there. After a gain down to about the 5. Matt Heather, good to see him back in. He's still hobbling around out there, favoring that left ankle, but tough kid. He's not coming out of the game as Alex Brandt has his 2nd carry of the contest. Carries that one for 5, and New Salem-Almont looking for the exclamation point here. Wolding this time out of the gun. Meyer and Brandt beside him. Hettinger County jamming that line of scrimmage, and they'll hand it off. This time it's Alex Brandt sniffing the goal line, eclipsing the goal line. Touchdown, Holsteins. Alex Brandt hits pay dirt. 5-yard TD run makes it 40-6, and now it's the running clock situation here from New Salem this afternoon. Time the lead is 30 or more, that clock will not stop. Official time of the touchdown, 4:59. New Salem-Almont gets a 5-yard TD run from Alex Brandt. And now the Holsteins will go for 2. Fake to Meyer, and there goes Ty Wolding untouched. The 2-point conversion run. Ty Wolding carries that one in, and New Salem-Almont cruise control. Boy, after Hettinger County put one on the board to make it 20-6, 22 unanswered for New Salem-Almont, and we'll take a touchdown timeout. 42-6, Holsteins on top. Back with the finish of this one after this break on the PSP Network.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
the ensuing kickoff, bobbled by Fitterer, and then he is hemmed in. Marked down at the 21-yard line. Well, New Salem-Almont's going to improve to 9-0 on the season. Last report we had in from Elgin had Grant County Flasher leading South Border 16-12. And that would be the matchup next week right here in New Salem, as you'll have Grant County Flasher and New Salem-Almont in a rematch. New Salem-Almont won that matchup back in week 2, 44-22. Did the Holsteins. Could be a rematch next week in the quarterfinals. Handoff, Matt Heather. And he carries it out to the 20, make it the 30-yard line, give him 6. Minor at the game, we'll have our Move of the Game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. It can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Also after the game, we'll have our Player of the Game brought to you by Sport Clips. Keep you looking your best. Check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. Second down and 4 for the Huskies. Manolovitz under center. Play action. Keeper for Manolovitz tries to get to the edge and nowhere to go. Coming up and making the stick there was Braden Rush. Oh, do we got a flag there? Yeah, we got a flag, and it's a hold. Yeah, penalty is declined, so ends up being, what's it going to be? Going to be a loss on the play. Loss of 2. As Manolovitz kept it on a little design boot. Couldn't get to the edge. As Rush tracked him down there. You get a few new guys out there for New Salem-Almont. In the secondary, I see Chance Hazel out there. Also got Trenton Klott. We mentioned the play made by Braden Rush a moment ago. He's also out there. So you're seeing some of the reserves in there for New Salem-Almont. Wide side run. There goes Heather. Stutter stepping, trying to get him behind some blocks. And he fights his way past the 30, out to the 32-yard line. Give him 5. Sets up 4th down and short. Well, the clock will not stop anymore, folks, as it's at least a 30-point lead in the second half, whether that's regular season or playoffs. That's the running clock provision in North Dakota high school football. Get some new guys up front for New Salem-Almont as well. See Jarrett Sanders in there. And you get 4th and 2 for Hettinger County. Manolovitz rolling to his right, flips it into the flat. He's got Rafferty. First down reception. As he's belted out of the bounds there by Trenton Klott. Yeah, it's going to be a nice pitch and catch. Rafferty hauls it in. Takes it out to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 12. Jaron Rafferty has a couple grabs for 35 yards today. And you also get Alex Brandt on the defensive side of the football for New Salem-Almont. See if I can get a few more of these numbers here for you. As coming off, we mentioned Jarrett Sanders. He comes off, and he's going to be spelled there. By Darren Gappert, the freshman, defensive lineman. Handoff Heather. Tries the left side. He's stacked up there as he gets Brandt on the action. You get Klott in there as well. Gavin Engwich also in there for New Salem-Almont. There you get Cole Gregerson coming off. And now you get Chance Hines into the game. You also get Tayden Hopfoff into the game. You got all kinds of substitutions coming in there now as you get Mascom Nelson flying into the game late as Manolovitz is back to pass. Deep over the middle, he's got his intended receiver. Nice pitch and catch there. Manolovitz hits his man, and that is Grady Bach. And that's going to be a 13-yard completion. And we're under a minute to play. Stay tuned. Our post-game show comes up next. Manolovitz hands off, and there goes Heather. Nice run. Inside the 30. Twisted and belted down at the 22-yard line. Ends up being a 15-yard gain for Matt Heather. That could be the final play of the game. Down to 16. Down to 15. Hettinger County looks like they're going to hustle the line. Try to punch one in here late. Here are the Huskies. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Heather. Tries to get to the edge. Stiff arms a man. Final play of the game, and he's going to go out of bounds. He'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Give him 13 yards. And that's the final on the BNC Bank scoreboard today. Our planning team, financial advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up after this timeout. Final score from New Salem today in the second round of the 9B playoffs. New Salem-Almont victorious 42-6 over Hettinger County. Our postgame is next after this timeout on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. On us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day.
All right, back in our planning team, financial advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame. Coach Kleingen, hey, a week off, sometimes that has some challenges, but hey, you got 2 quick touchdowns, took advantage of the win, and it set the tone at least for the start of the football game.
Yeah, we knew we were going to be maybe a little slow out of the gate. We were a little slower than I'd liked us to have been. But I tell you what, we bounced back in the second half, made some adjustments. I thought the kids played hard. We just made some, mistakes that we haven't made a lot this year, and just some things like that. And I think our focus will now get a lot clearer approaching that quarterfinal game next week, and I think we're going to play a lot better football. Yeah, always nice being at home. And talk about those adjustments at halftime. Look, you came out and kind of set the tone with that offensive line and got a good drive to start the second half. Yeah, and it was the run game. They did a nice job. My hat's off to Mott. They really made some adjustments from 2 weeks ago, and they slowed us down a little bit in the first half. And, of course, O-line and OC guys at the halftime huddle made some great adjustments, and obviously, it cleaned things up for our blocking scheme and helped us get where we needed to be. You took away their running game for the most part today, but talk about the defense. Had a couple takeaways that turned those into points, and the defense played real well today. Yeah, we got a solid defense. I mean, we had some good athletes out there, some really good football players, and we broke down coverage a couple times here. We made a few mistakes, but as far as in the trenches and controlling the line of scrimmage, I thought we did a really good job with that. Coach, good luck. We'll maybe see you again next week. All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys coming out. All right, you bet. That's head coach Steve Kleingen. Let's bring in Brock Norton. I tell you what, Brock, hey, for you, what's it like running behind guys like Pittman, Hines, and Becker and that front line that you guys have? That's got to be just kind of a dream for a running back.
Oh, it's like a heyday. You cannot ask for a better offensive line. They do everything. They make blocks. They just make life easy for me, and I get all the credit, so I'd like to give them credit. It makes life really easy. Hey, you had a couple of touchdowns today, over 100 yards rushing. I guess, what was working? Was it in between the tackles? Was it outside? I guess, what did you see from your tailback position today? What I saw is that we left some people unblocked, which the running backs needed to pick up those guys. And as soon as we started picking up those guys, we started getting a lot more yards, and plays started breaking up, and it worked.
And for you this year, you get a lot of time on the defensive side of football, playing defensive end. And what's that transition been like, kind of playing both ways this season for the Holsteins?
I don't know. It's hard first few games, and then I usually, got used to it, and then it got a lot easier the last few games, and I finally sat down and settled into the position.
It's always fun playing at home, huh? You get a run out of the cattle trailer, get in front of the home fans. Always a good time here in New Salem.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it's a football town, right?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. The fans here are amazing. Love those guys.
All right, great game today, Brock. We'll maybe see you again next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that's Brock Norton. Great game for him. Couple touchdowns, 100 yards on the ground. New Salem-Almont with a big victory today. And they move on to the quarterfinals of the 9B playoffs. More of our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Servpro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're Servpro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Servpro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call Servpro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
There's a final score for you today, 42-6. New Salem-Almont improves to 9-0 on the season. They advance to the quarterfinals of the 9B playoffs with an impressive opening round win today over the Hettinger County Huskies, who finished their season just as they did last year, 5-5 in the campaigns. They lose to New Salem-Almont in consecutive seasons here in the 9B playoffs. Now we got a look at the final game numbers here as we welcome you to our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads postgame. Shots Crossroads get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. And your postgame, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors. Looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com. New Salem-Almont led 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. They punched one in the second quarter to make it 20-0 at halftime. And I beg your pardon. It was 14-0 at halftime and 20-0 early in the third quarter. And then Hettinger County answered with their lone touchdown of the game, made it 20-6. And then New Salem-Almont runs the clock out and puts it into a running clock situation with consecutive touchdowns. Norton, Ethan Meyer, and Alex Brandt punching in runs. Ty Wolding adds a couple two-point conversion runs. New Salem-Almont has 22 consecutive to end the football game today, and they win this one 42-6. Here's a look at the final game numbers. First team stats. Total yardage, New Salem-Almont has 288 yards today, 255 of those on the ground on 40 carries, 33 yards passing, 288 in total yardage for the Holsteins. Hettinger County has 240 yards of total offense, 31 carries for 131 yards rushing, 109 yards passing, 240 in yardage for Hettinger County, 288 for New Salem-Almont. All right, here's your individual numbers and leaders. First off for Hettinger County. Led on the ground today by Matt Heather. The junior has 19 carries for 80 yards. Cole Manolovitz has 11 carries for 50 yards. Jaron Rafferty has 1 carry for a yard. Manolovitz throwing the football today. 14 of 19, chucking the rock for 109 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His favorite receiver today was Matt Heather. He has 3 grabs for 37 yards and a TD. 2 catches for Brock Ellis. 1 grab for Teddy Kirchman. 1 grab for Matthew Bach. 2 catches for Lane Kovar for 10 yards. 2 grabs for Jaron Rafferty for 35 yards. And Grady Bach has a grab for 13 yards. Hettinger County punted it 4 times today. Penalized twice, including a big one at the end of the first half that negated a touchdown. And they turned it over twice. Fumbled it once, and they were intercepted once in the football game. For New Salem-Almont, their leaders today, Brock Norton carries it 14 times for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ethan Meyer with a productive game on the ground, 75 yards on 9 carries and a touchdown. Ty Wolding has a touchdown rushing and 37 yards on the ground. Alex Brandt, 3 carries for 19 yards and a TD, and Cole Grinsteiner, 1 carry for no gain. Wolding threw it 5 times today, all of those in the first half. 1 touchdown, 1 interception for him and 33 yards. And his receptions, Wyatt Kuhn had 2 grabs for 32 yards and a TD. Brock Norton, 1 catch for a yard. New Salem-Almont punted it 3 times today. They were penalized 5 times. And they turned it over once on an interception thrown by Wolding in the first half as Cole Manolovitz picks that one off. And it was the only turnover today for New Salem-Almont. There's your numbers, and we'll take a break. And our Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroad postgame rolls on. We'll come back with our player of the game and our move of the game, and we'll also give you one last look at a BNC scoreboard update before we put a bow on today's broadcast. Final score on your BNC Bank scoreboard, New Salem-Almont 42, Hettinger County 6. We're back. Put a wrap on this one after this break on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go Kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
(42-6). New Salem-Almont has the win in New Salem today in the second round of the 9B playoffs. Here's that 9B playoff bracket, and we'll update you on some scores here that we have received and/or finals. Of course, here we'll start from the top right. New Salem-Almont defeats Hettinger County 42-6. Last report from Elgin had Grant County leading South Border 16-12. North Prairie has defeated North Border today. And last report in from Divide County and Newburgh had Divide County leading 42-36. So that's the right side of your bracket there. On the left side, Lemoore Litchville Marion has won big today. No report in from St. John and Surrey. Cavalier has won big, and Mayport Clifford Galesburg has defeated Wyndmere Lidgewood 50-22. So there's the scores and updates that we have into the quarterfinals now of the 9B playoff bracket. Of course, you got one game going on yet today on the PSP network. That's an 11B game as Velva Drake, Animus, Garrison, and Bowman County are doing battle on the PSP network as well. Yeah, we're back on our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame as Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom, and Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. New Salem-Almont led 14-0 at the break, and they win this one going away 42-6 today. All right, couple things to do yet. First, it's our Move of the Game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage, where they focus on the details of the process without ever losing sight of the big pictures. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Well, New Salem got things done in the trenches today. Boy, that front crew of Pittman, Hines, and Becker, those three on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, do a lot of great things. But special teams brings you our Move of the Game today, as it's a 40-yard punt return by Ethan Meyer, the junior running back for New Salem-Almont, set up the Holsteins deep in Husky territory, and just a few plays later, Meyer caps it off with a 2-yard touchdown run. So the 40-yard punt return by Ethan Meyer, the junior, and then he culminates that drive set up by that big special teams play with a 2-yard TD run. That's your Jobbers Move of the Game today. Today's Move of the Game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. We mentioned it earlier, but fans, be sure to stay tuned to PSP Network and our social media channels of Facebook and Twitter, as we will be updating you as the 11A and 11 AA brackets are out now. So we will be efforting to get some broadcast rights from the High School Activity Associations for some games next Friday night. And then also next Saturday, we'll be doing the exact same thing, trying to get some playoff football here in North Dakota on the air for you on the PSP Network. And we'll love to have you tune in again next Friday night for AA action, and then next Saturday for single A, 11B and 9B playoff action from across the state of North Dakota. And again, stay tuned to our social media and PSP Network webpage for information on upcoming playoff action. Last thing for us to do today is bring you our Player of the Game, brought to you by Sport Clips. They keep you looking your best. Checking online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. Well, you heard from him. Yeah, he gets a lot of the accolades as he's up over 1,200 yards rushing now on the season. Is none other than the sophomore running back Brock Norton today. He's got 20 touchdowns total on the season. He gets a lot of the accolades, but he was right there saying, hey, I wouldn't be able to do nothing with those guys up front, and Becker, Pittman, Hines, and Maverick Nelson, and Wyatt Kuhn on that front line for New Salem-Almont. But your player of the game today is Brock Norton. 14 carries, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, both of them long-distance deliveries, as he had a 31-yard Gallup for a touchdown in the first quarter, and then a 34-yarder in the decisive third quarter for New Salem-Almont as they turned a Hettinger County fumble into that 34-yard TD run for Brock Norton. He's your player of the game today, brought to you by Sport Clips. They have the MVP of the matchup. They can make you feel like an MVP at Sport Clips, and today's MVP of the contest is the sophomore running back for New Salem-Almont, Brock Norton. All right, that'll put a wrap on our broadcast this afternoon. Boy, big thanks to all of our in-game sponsors, including B&C National Bank for bringing our scoreboard. Shields brings you our pregame. Our timeouts brought to you by Hub International Insurance. Servpro brings you our red zone. Halftime brought to you by Premier Chiropractic, and our postgame, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. And within our postgame, we bring you our player of the game today, who was Brock Norton, along with your move of the game, which was Ethan Myers' 40-yard punt return today for New Salem-Almont. For our executive producer today, who was Nick Holberg, our camera operator Luke Domries, Todd Domries, repeating our final score. It's New Salem-Almont improving to 9-0, and they're into the quarterfinals of the 9B playoffs as they defeat Hettinger County today 42-6. That'll put a wrap on our broadcast. So good to have you tuning in this afternoon. And until next time, so long from New Salem, North Dakota.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it. Dip those crispy golden French fries in it and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by... on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by...
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.